There we go. Oh, that's right. Here we are. So why don't you give a little recap?
So previously, a couple of things... Previously, a couple of the major events that have happened. There was an enormous flood as a dimensional rift opened to the primordial sea, which put everything under about 500 feet of water. That's apparently all fine now. But one of the side effects of all of this is Melly, the adorable kitten detective, not a detective who investigates kittens, a kitten who is a detective.
But that would be cute.
It would be cute. Is missing, and everyone is very worried about her. One of the people who is most worried about her is her rogue slash goth slash I am the knight, not quite partner, honest Kumo, who has also decided or discovered that his parents, who died when he was a kid, didn't die.
Did not actually die.
They just didn't bother looking for him very hard.
Well, we don't know what happened, but oh, there you are. There's cute little Ruthie. Yeah, thank you very much.
And slightly unusually,
Kumo's response to this was, I want you to put out a hit on my parents so that my tragic backstory is still fulfilled.
And we did.
And we did, which I don't think I feel really good about. But I think what our technique is here is that we're going to try to convince Jade, who's picked up the job, that maybe she could do something different as opposed to just assassinating his parents. I'm not sure. We're about to find out. I guess there's another way.
Is there?
Listen, some things are unfixable. I'd saw both my legs off before I'd ever try to talk to my folks again. But this wound is fresh. It could be possible to delay the inevitable. I could convince them to leave, scare them off, banish them somewhere where they can't hurt him. That way he can find him later, if he ever changes his mind. Maybe this rift isn't completely irreparable after all.
That sounds a lot like you're asking for some charisma.
And some speed, so I should hurry up before he does anything drastic himself.
Yep, some dexterity might help too. You never know how they could react. Might have to dodge some blows.
So dex, speed, charisma. I'm writing this down.
Do you want me to go get the walkthrough?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, folks, I'm taking notes. Dex. So charisma with some dex and some speed. Okay, cool.
I'll be right back.
All right, go. I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I think about it on the back. There we go. Oh gosh, he's going. I guess he left his iPad in the living room. Quick, look at that Twiglet. Look at Twiglet being cute. Well, I didn't at all plan this distraction, honest. Sorry, everybody. Oh, you okay, Bubby? There we go. All right. I really like this bulletin board in the background. I wish more of the background was interactive. That would be really fun.
Might be in the DLC, you never know.
Ooh, nice. All right.
You want to know how I know the cat's asleep?
Ah, might have to. What?
He didn't move.
He didn't move while you left? You got any of that inspiration garbage lying around? This is us wrangling with the fact that the chair mats are old and being difficult. I'm not so good with words when it comes to situations like this, and I might have to inspire them to be a little less awful.
I could offer you either thunder sage or honey flowers, whichever you prefer.
You choose. About it all. Charisma, dex, inspiration, it's the less violent route, but it's not what he asked for. So I wouldn't complain about a strength and dex defense mix either, as long as you throw the frost armor in. I think my decision about this would be tinted by my own experiences, so little help.
Oh, always, Jade. Thank you for asking.
And make sure to leave Onyx some leftovers. She's thirsty.
you are probably going to want a sunny breeze with some honey flowers.
Okay. Let's take a look at the recipe here. Okay. Yeah, I don't want that. Sunny breeze, you said. A 3 crown with some speed. It's only got 1 point of speed, and the infusion is... inspiration is honey flowers, right? Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Sunny breeze. With the honey flower. Bloop! Okay, so the speed's already covered. We need 2 of those. And 2 of those. Alright. It always bothers me that I can't just ramp up the rest of the speed. No, alright. I have to pour it off. There you go, Andrew. You're welcome. Sunny breeze with the honey flower coming up.
Maybe this cause isn't as lost as we think it is. If they can't be reasoned with, I can
always trick them and kill them that way, yes. But, sure, I'll give talking a try first. Let's hope this is the right choice.
Don't you trust me?
You wish.
Don't forget to fill me in on your success.
If I have any charisma left in me, you'll be sure to hear all about it. Until then, don't tell them what I'm doing.
I shall keep the secret between us.
You do love those. Typical Fae, I guess.
Ooh, that's unsurprising.
Don't drink too many names while I'm gone.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
So we're Fae, huh? Speaking of...
Oh, Lord. Nah, man, you gotta be careful with that ethereal bamboo. Ah, yeah, I mean, it's super cool and all, but if you cut it the wrong way, it's gonna charge up and then kaboom, you know? Whoosh, dead, gone you are, sucked into the ethereal weave. Oh. Well. You know, like those fishies that'll kill you if you cook them the wrong way. Fish? Yeah, they look like balls with spikes. Don't know about the name, though.
Do you mean pufferfish?
That's the one, yeah. Hang on, wait, you're also here. Oh, hang on. Lol.
I sure am.
You are looking fire. Nice strip.
Thank you, Nico.
Nico. Can we stay on topic, please? Topic. Oh, fuck. Give me a minute. Right. So, I heard any type of vibration could trigger a small rift. It's like disturbing a sleeping dragon. Wrong move and the world's faltering and whatnot. So, you're saying if I use my bow the wrong way, I could open a rift and be lost in the ethereal weave? Bet. That would suck big time. But alas... No... I can't be entirely sure. I mean, what's the fun in knowing everything for sure? Seriously, don't be basic. Embrace the chaos. YOLO.
As long as you don't play any wrong notes, you should be fine.
Nothing easier than that, especially under pressure.
I just noticed there's a little tiny Andu on the mug. Look.
Oh, there is. Little guy.
Especially then, I'm sure.
Then you've got nothing to worry about, pal of mine. Might even come in handy one day. The person who made your instrument must have had at least, like, one thought about making it like that. Oh, they did. Many thoughts, actually.
I'm sorry, babe.
It's okay. It's okay. Good mythical morning, innkeeper. I know, theopractically it is early afternoon, but who cares?
Good theopractical morning, Hex.
Almost there. You forgot the mythical.
Good mythical theopractical morning, then.
That is much better. Well done. Okay, listen up. I found this little leaflet on your notice board, and I saw you're finally sending someone out to investigate that abandoned wizard tower, and I just decided that someone is me. I've been wanting to see what's up there for a while now, so talk about good timing. Did you say wizard tower? What's the tea? Spill it. Well, there's an abandoned wizard tower near Nivedov on a small island called Morelia. Ah, the one with the worms, yeah. I think you can find worms in any ecosystem. Well, that's what they want you to think, isn't it? Sure. Either way, no one has seen the Wizard of Morelia for some considerable time.
So they say.
And I've been dying to know what he might be hiding in his tower. Lots of explosives, I bet. I'm more hoping for scrolls of ancient magic and semi-cursed items. Oh, and of course books of forgotten knowledge.
Rumor has it he left behind quite the hoard of peculiar trinkets.
Surely, after all, as it states in this leaflet, traps, puzzles, must be something very valuable hidden in there. Maybe even the key to immortality. Oh, they were bored. Now, admittedly, I don't design puzzles when I'm bored. I just blow things up. It's great. Oh, I love when things go boom. Same. You know what? What? I think you should take me and Voy Boy along. Listen, you say trinkets and I'm all in. I mean, the entropy we'd create if we travelled as a trio would be immaculate. We'd be able to tackle the wizard's puzzles and deathly traps with wits and violence and music. You have my lockpicks and my Hagem. Maybe the ethereal weave could even help. Ethereal bamboo, huh? But an ethereal weave escape would only work with Chabian silk. I'm sorry? Oh, the ghost spiders of Chabian use their silk to spin the weave. Well, it's a good thing that those strings are made of Chabian silk, then. Great! Then we can use our Hagem as our Plan C escape plan. Should the wizard be at home after all, or foster any monsters in any traps, your Hagem will be our way out. By dipping into the ethereal weave. Don't worry, it's like dreaming or teleporting. You just have to find your way back out. Oh, we'll manage that. I'm a master teleporter. And I'm sure our innkeeping friend here has just the right drink for you. Perhaps something that'll give you some brain cells. And quick reflexes, so I'm hasty and can easily evade traps. You are 12! Good that I don't need help with that either. But wait, shouldn't we be able to fight back fiercely in case something is lurking in this tower? Lots of traps. That means lots of fire. So fire resistance would be a help too.
Those two things don't. Anyway.
Fighting sounds good. I love to kill something, but I do hate making decisions. I think the innkeeper should decide what to make, because I don't like thinking. Okay, so something strong to barge in and fight our way through, paired with fire resistance to survive lethal traps. Or something for our brains that gives us focus infused with haste.
I'll see what I can do, but don't hold me responsible for whatever ends up happening here.
Oh, we would never do that. Ever.
Okay, so what are we thinking here?
Yeah, you got two possibilities here. Do you want to be funny or do you want to be successful? Bearing in mind that successful quests seem to build up to enable you to get a good ending.
I guess we need to be successful, but I want to know what the funny ending is.
The funny one is a sailor's courage that includes Phoenix chilies, which earns an achievement called simply Boom.
Oh dear.
Yeah. The best outcome comes apparently from a peak's sunrise with a golden feather.
peak sunrise with a golden feather. Okay. So we need one of those. We've already got the one of those. That takes us to 2 there, and then we need 3 of these. Or maybe even 4 of those. There we go. Alrighty. Peak sunrise with haste. So not the fire resistance.
The walkthrough talks about peak sunrise with a golden feather.
Right, but my point is, what does the golden feather give us? The golden feather gives us haste, right? So not the fire resistance. So don't blow yourselves up here. Good job, Andu. Here you go. Brains and quick reflexes.
Thanks. I'm sure this will be of use for solving puzzles and evading traps. I'm gonna be so bummed if nothing explodes. Explosions could damage all the loot. Yeah, but maybe afterwards we could, light a little fire, just burn something as a treat. Oh, wait, no. You know what we should do, right? This would be so great. What? We should take Jade along. She'd definitely be interested in the treasure and all. An additional blade couldn't hurt. Any idea where we can find her, Innkeep?
I believe she's already on a quest, so probably not nearby.
That's fair enough. We'll poach her.
Good luck.
Thank you. We shall return with a story worth telling.
I can't wait.
Bye, loser. Peace out.
They're hilarious.
I know that, Aniko is supposed to be the least likable character, but Hex is just a dick, isn't he?
Right, he's a little know-it-all. Alright. 3 bros on the quest, and it's raining.
3 minutes.
Ooh, it's called a well-deserved break. Let us save! Scroll for all the saves. La 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 la. Ta-da! It's called a well-deserved break. Am I going to the spa? I would love that. Quest Bros, let's bounce. Oh, Lord. Hey, Innkeep. Look at what I found.
Well, this looks like a rare specimen of Archie to me. I am one of a kind.
Oh, you two know each other already. Of course you do. You know pretty much everyone in this city, don't ya? Of course I know him. He's quite the celebrity in town.
Oh, I suppose I am.
He's Zenith's most famous author. Even survived an assault by hordes of the vicious undead.
Author? I guess I really am an author. Yes.
Bummer. And here I thought I could surprise you.
How did you two meet?
I think he spotted me on the street. Must have thought I had a lot of stories to tell, so he kept asking if he could write my biography.
What a unique way to call someone old. But she does have a lot of stories to tell.
Archie, how many manuscript topics do you want to collect before you actually finish one?
You see, it's always important to collect ideas. Life itself is the best source of inspiration for any artist.
I was gonna say, I need a screenshot of that. That is so
Fuck you.
rude. Look at him. He's so eager to write. I just couldn't refuse that look at his big, sparkly eyes.
How am I only just seeing that she's wearing a Jimmy Buffett shirt with jellyfish on it?
Yes, right?
Writing down ideas is so much fun. There's the magical detective story. There's Theo and my adventure with the undead. And now Una's biography as well. It's fantastic.
I suppose you're right. Una, How come you want your biography to be written now? I don't really have a reason. I'm old. I'm thinking about this stuff. Would be sad if all of that knowledge just went to waste, right?
It's not like you'll disappear any second now, is it?
Of course not.
I get it. Lots of terrible things have been happening lately.
Nah, don't be silly. We'll be fine. It's always nice to see most of your friends return during times like this.
Most of them?
Yeah. Stuff like this happens every few decades. It's completely normal.
If you say so. Are you going to pay Archie accordingly, though?
That's what I'm here for. I'm a pay for drinks. And I can also use a little refreshing drink myself.
Gotcha. Anything specific you would like today, Archie? Just the same as always, thank you. A drink to stay focused on my writing, to defend my brain against all those distracting thoughts.
Coming right up. Alright, how do we defend Archie's brain?
I think we might try Frozen Lagoon. As opposed to a
Frosted Lagoon.
A frosted lagoon, as opposed to a frozen legume.
That sounds good. Loop. 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 Thank you, Andu. Here you go. A drink to boost your concentration.
Thank you very much, dear innkeeper. Oh, this is delicious. I can feel an irresistible itch at my fingertips already.
I'm always happy to oblige. So, Una, what's it for you today? Maybe something that'll give me enough strength and energy to tell this whippersnapper every detail of my long and illustrious life. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, give me a second. I'll be back with your drink.
That feels Southern Brawlery to me.
Yeah, I agree. So we need one of these. And one of these. And a whole lot of that. Southern Brawler. Some liquid stamina for the Golden Girl. Let's see if your skills are to be trusted, Innkeep. Oh! Archie, I hope you're ready for at least 600 pages.
That's a lot.
But you already agreed, so you don't have a choice. And now, my dear Archibald, we begin with the writing. Thanks for your hospitality, Innkeep. We'll see you later.
Goodbye, innkeeper. I'll remember to keep a copy of the book for you.
Signed, please.
Of course.
Very well. Goodbye, you two.
So to be clear, Archie has agreed sight unseen to write a 600-page autobiography, and he's being paid in a drink that Una didn't part with any money for.
Yes, but Poppy. Hello, Poppy. Welcome back, Minthy. Good to see you, Innkeeper, and surprisingly, your tavern's dry interior.
I thought you might be appreciating the dampness of almost everything nowadays.
Maybe well underwater, but wheels and mud do not mix. On land, I appreciate structurally sound and smooth wood flooring much more than its soggy alternatives.
I love her doggo so much. That bad?
You would too.
That's a weird translation choice, isn't it?
Just step a few minutes past your tavern. Then you might get an idea of the things jammed in my spokes and smushed between Casket and Kane's toes.
I'll pass. And besides, stories from my patrons tend to be much more
I
enjoyable.
love the doggies. Her hair's great, too.
Speaking of, how did the pearl hunt go?
Honestly, it wasn't all that eventful, but before I go on, I could do with one of your drinks, innkeeper. Something to keep my mind clear of any irrelevant distractions for the journey back.
Let me see what I can do for you.
Need you to pet the doggy! Alright, what do we got here? Grey juice. Silent Owl?
Sparkling Nebula?
Yeah, Sparkling Nebula sounds good. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Thank you, Andy. Oh, look, he sparkled!
May this inspire boundless creativity.
Just what I needed. If only I had a boundless supply of this drink while writing at my desk.
Unfortunately, my establishment doesn't do deliveries.
What a shame.
But before you go on, I actually have something else for you as well.
On Heron thought I'd have to needle you for it again. What a pleasant surprise.
My favorite kind. Anyway, here is a completely proofread manuscript, I hope.
I'd certainly hope it's completed. Since my retrieval and your proofreading have been such a long time in the making, yes?
Right. Long in the making.
You should probably wash that red ink off your hands before it stains your mugs.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, right. I was editing my recipes all night. Crazy story, actually, for another time, that is.
I see. So is she like some senior fae
I
that...
think she's senior fae, yeah.
Let's go to the book. Hold on. Peoples.
Minty. Do we not have a page for her?
I don't think we have a page for her yet.
That feels revealing.
I will say it's good to have these papers back in my hands.
Can I ask as to why you asked for them back now?
I've decided to finally publish the book. What I've written about, it's very dear to my heart, and I'm happy to finally get to share my writing with the world.
Minty, the author, does have a very nice ring to it.
It'll be Mackenzie Catron Pecan, actually, or Peachan.
That's a very nice pen name.
It was time I finally chose one, and something universal at that. Procrastination is a curse all of its own.
It sure is. So, about the pearl. Or should I say pearls?
Protection pearls. Like I said, it wasn't too eventful. I had tea with the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon, and she traded me the pearls for objects of her desire. Mostly, I promised her a signed copy of the book.
Good for her. You know, I've been meaning to ask, if I may, what do you need the pearls for? I know you're always looking for them, but I have to be honest, I was never entirely sure why.
Well, I'm sure you remember the curse I was bestowed with.
Yes, the cursed parasitic rings that amplify your magic to a painful degree.
Exactly those. They cause quite a bit of issues for me and my body. Sometimes it feels like the magic is eating away at me, slowly feasting on my organs and nerves, and it's tearing me apart from the inside out as it gradually takes my health and life. The protection pearls help me keep the mana in check and bring it down to manageable levels. And it helps a great deal with the pain.
So you're saying you turn the pearls into a drink?
Wonderful to see that's still your first solution to everything. Yes, on occasion. Mostly I grind them into ink for my tattoos. They're very versatile little beauties.
I'm really happy you could find some then. Now that I think about it, would you care to share? I'm sure they'd be great for my drinks.
Not so fast. For most people, they just amplify mana to ridiculous and dangerous degrees. And I don't want to be held responsible for the chaos your patrons could cause. However, maybe I can offer you something less extreme, but still energizing. Here.
Is this your coffee recipe? After all these years, you finally trust me with it.
Yep, they're calcium carbonate, so they do fizz. Pearls. Cleopatra drank them.
Oh, that's very cool.
It's time. I think you can finally make it without poisoning someone.
I'll do my best. Thank you, Minty.
Perhaps it will also help you keep your promises in time. Anyway, I think we're due to take our leave.
Need to make some ink?
Something like that. Plus, I promised Casket and Kane we'd check if any primordial tennis balls got washed up by the flood.
I think I might have seen some in the bushes.
I'll have them take a look on our way out. If all else fails, you'll just have to summon us up some.
Nothing easier than that.
With enough charisma, you can wish for anything, I suppose. It was lovely to see you again, Innkeeper.
Likewise. Best of luck on your journey, and don't forget to send me a copy of that book.
If you promise not to forget about its existence this time.
I will do my very best.
I know you will, friend. I know you will. I missed the doggies already.
And that is another real person.
Oh.
Mackenzie Catron Pachan. Disabled autistic fantasy author.
Oh, nice. Wow, we are burning through days today. This is great. All right, let me save. Scroll, 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 scroll. You never know when I might want to repeat a day. Let's see what current fuckery we get now.
It's current fuckery.
Right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Jade, welcome back. Was your quest successful? When have I ever failed?
Well, you do look surprisingly unbloodied. Also, hello, Kumo.
Kumo? Who's Kumo?
That guy. New name, I'm guessing. No. No names here. Never had a name. Don't even know what names are. Am I really just supposed to go along with that?
You're supposed to make me a drink. Then we can talk.
Fair enough.
What can I get you? I've still got plans after this, but Onyx is pretty tired. So give me something that'll help her to keep up with my speed if I have to let her a sip.
Sorry.
No, anything for Onyx.
I love Onyx.
Did he find out?
I think he found out.
Oh, shit. Well. Shit. Here's the cursed coffee. When you peer inside the steaming chalice, looking at your own distorted reflection, you will find the darkest swirling depths. The blankness will be all-consuming, a gloom so bitter you might think that you can see the souls of the damned swimming inside. But really, you'll be looking at a strong cup of coffee. That's it. Buddy, I get your world has been shaken to the foundations, but you gotta dial things back. You're at 11. We need like a 5. Right? Alright, something speedy.
Try Swift Strike.
Yeah, I'll get there. I was just checking other options. Swift Strike is the only thing that gives us a 3 in speed. So we need a touch of this. Is she planning to bolt out of here if he gets pissed off? I think it's too late. I think he's already pissed off. Thank you, Andrew. drink for Onyx and you, but mostly Onyx. Not too bad, considering to see you know me so well.
Being a regular does have its perks.
So, names? Let's start with the story first. You love those, right? Good.
You know it.
I'll spare you the details of my journey to Borkham, though I didn't miss the chance to make some extra money along the way. Everyone thought I was the right
All the
woman
lads
for their
found her
jobs.
great.
They helped me with the quest too. Squeezed a good description of the renegade parents out of some Red Dune merchant. It was in a deep dispute with a blue-crowned elephant.
I would love to hear that story.
Not my problem. Another day. Asking a couple of pointed questions got me to the inn the deadbeats were staying at. Problem with people is can't exactly kill them in broad daylight.
Right?
With monsters, you'd be thanked for doing so, but with people, you've got to be patient. So I did what anyone would have in my situation. Posed as a tour guide.
And they believed you.
Sure did. Inaka was right, your drinks are great for pulling scams.
I'm really happy to hear that.
I offered them a tour of the nearby Wadden Sea and led them to an area I knew was shunned by actual tour guides because of the unpredictable tides. Gave them a spiel about how a battle of the Order of Starlight took place there, yada yada yada. Pretty soon their eyes were glued to some starfish playing in the mud. And it was the perfect opportunity to get it over with quickly. Obviously I wasn't going to just kill them just then. They needed a chance to run. But I had to scare them first. I raised my spear right above my head and was about to go for a warning strike when I heard this zinging sound. I deflected the knife that was flung my way at the last second, and it shattered against the ground. And all three of us turned and saw this cloaked Echo reaching for another knife. Did he set up the quest so that he could rescue his parents?
Yep.
You shit, Kumo! He had his hood pulled up, knives and daggers strapped all over his body. Even the air seemed to go darker around him. Looked like an actual real-life Shadow Bane.
I trained under them.
Impressive. Those deadbeats thought I was protecting them from him. Should have seen the look on their faces when I said I was there to kill them. I turned back, wanting to refocus on my warning strike when I was interrupted by a simple stop. It was said in a deep, raspy, incredibly fake voice that sounded like some sort of proper degenerate. Likely the two bums thought we were fighting about who'd get to kill them. Their approach to such a situation was to immediately try and bribe us. I told them to shut it. They asked me what I wanted then, if it wasn't money or words. So I turned to our little Shadowbane and asked what he wanted. But he just stood there, silent. Can't blame him. They're a little scarier than your parents.
So you helped him with the decision?
Not exactly. I walked over to him and handed him my spear.
She said, "This is your choice. Make it." It felt like she was passing some of her courage onto me.
He stepped forward, my spear in his hand, and took off his hood. He was... I'll spare you the details. They recognized him, of course. Had the audacity to act surprised.
Surprised is one way to put it. When they talked, they sounded so... like they thought I had died.
You could have. They left you.
I wanted to say something. Anything. Yell. Tell them to get lost, to scream at them for what they had done to me. But all that came out was, "Why did you leave?" The silence went on for so long.
Would have been longer if those tides hadn't come rushing in. I mean, he did come. Kind of. Luckily, I was quick. Got all of us up on some muddy rock that the waves couldn't reach. How long were you up there for? Couple hours.
That left us a lot of time to talk.
Did you?
Yes. A lot. For example, did you know the primordial flood was caused by the pyre erupting?
The pyre? You mean that big volcano in Asteria, right in the middle of the Leviathan's domain?
Yeah, that's the one. Apparently it erupted and then collapsed, covered all of the primordial sea in ash, and set off a tsunami.
Oh, well done, KB.
Outstanding, KB.
It should not be doing that.
No. Do you think powerful magic was afoot?
Probably not. What use is a giant tsunami to anybody?
Maybe they wanted to be wet.
Probably not. Are tsunamis and their causes all you and your parents talked about?
No. Mostly we talked about them leaving me. They said not a day went by where they did not regret what they had done. I asked why they didn't come back then, and they did not have an answer for that. Mom said she was proud of my knife-throwing skills, though. I never thought they'd apologize. They owned up to all of it. As awful as it was. I hadn't planned for that.
Of course you hadn't.
They wanted to make up for everything, to be a part of my life. They also said it was up to me and what I wanted.
What do you want?
A family. Is that stupid?
No, it's not.
So you forgave them? Not yet. I have to see if they actually mean what they said first.
Smart.
I can't trust them, not right now. We don't really know each other anymore. Who knows if we will even get along, but they did say they want to get to know me, and I think I might like that too. They're just so different. It feels like I'm angry at people that don't exist anymore. You're still allowed to be angry.
Yeah, but we've got to run an ad break real quick. Let me snooze it. Let's finish the conversation. There we go. You're still allowed to be angry. Even if they change, they hurt you. And forgiveness or forgetting, neither of those are required.
It just feels unfair. Feels like I'm harboring resentment for ghosts. I'll try to be honest with them. I owe that to myself. Plus, Jade threatened to decapitate them if they ever hurt me again, so there's that.
So they have absolutely no chance then?
None. Could I have a drink now too?
Sure, let's trade.
Right. A secret.
No. A name. I assume Jay didn't know you as Kumo because your parents didn't call you that.
That is correct, yes.
What were you called then?
I'm not.
I'll trade you a name. Just give the guy a drink. Your first name? Those are quite precious to Medea, aren't they? Very. See it as a secret to trade for. I'm listening. Lycia. That's really beautiful. I don't respond to flattery. But thank you.
It's definitely better than mine.
Yours fits you.
It does not.
If you say so. So, not Ulyssia, what would you like in exchange?
Maybe something that will stop me from choking on my words. In case I have to do more of this emotional thing. Oh, I've definitely got something for that.
Alright. Triple Crown. Thousand Winds doesn't seem right. Sunny Breeze, maybe? How about a Spoken Heart? That's, like, perfect.
I think a Spoken Heart covers his bases.
Real quick, we gotta run an ad break. In fact, let me make him his drink, and then before I send it out, let's run the ad break. There we go, 1 Spoken Heart for Kumo. Well done, Andu. All right. Why don't we take a quick... Yeah, it's very much his regular at this point. Let's take our break here. We are at the halfway point of the stream. So if you haven't had a chance to have a wiggle or a stretch since you joined us, this would be a really good chance for you to do so. And then we get back, we will pour pour Kumo his drink and see how this gets all wrapped up.
Indeed.
And we're back. And thank you for that, Ducky. Appreciate it. All right, let's order up his drink. Here you are. Some fluid emotional vulnerability.
That tastes a lot better than it sounds.
Feels a lot better, too.
Maybe.
I still need to call you something else, though, if Kumo is out.
It is.
What have you got for me, then?
I don't. I'm running out of names. Jade, can I?
No, my name.
Fine. How about, Dave?
You know what? Sure. I'll go with that. I'm proud of you, Dave. For everything you've gone through and for choosing what's right for you.
Thank you.
Please, can we not call him Dave?
Hiya,
It's
Dave.
awful. Need a hug?
May have already gotten one from Jade.
Speaking of me, I've got to go. I want to check in with Grace and her goons. See you around, air boy.
She has such delightful Abria Iyengar energy. Just that kind of, okay, I'm out. Let's go.
Right.
See you around, Ulyssia. What about you? Care to linger a little longer?
Sorry, that was my line.
I need some time to think all of this. I need to think all of this over. I maybe even need to feel it, too. Is Fable back here? I think Cheesecake would make for a great distraction right about now.
No, I thought maybe you ran into them on the way back.
I didn't. So Melly isn't back yet either.
Oops, sorry, folks. I didn't realize the game music was off. No, I'm afraid not.
Cool. Great. I guess I'll talk to Kellen? Your parents?
Maybe your parents?
Maybe. Do you think they still love me?
I don't know. I hope they do. I hope they'll love you well. But I don't know. I do know that other people love you. And that if your parents fail to live up to what you deserve, that doesn't mean you're going to be loved any less.
I would like to believe that. Sometimes I just think, if even my own parents can leave me, everyone can.
You can't measure your worth by the actions of other people, especially people that hurt you. Nothing good can come of that.
I'm very thankful to have met you. Anyway, I'm also part of the night, or whatever, so I must go. Farewell.
See you soon.
Dave of the Night.
Dave of the Night. He can't be Dave. I'm sorry.
I am the Night.
It's just unacceptable. That name can't stick.
Criminals are a superstitious, cowardly lot. I shall call myself Dave.
A superstitious and cowardly lot. Chaos Protocol.
Okay, I'm sure this won't go terribly badly.
This will be Hex and Iniko and Boy Boy. Oops, I didn't save. Shoot.
Hey!
Thank God. Well done, Ozzy. I don't blame you. Innkeeper! Surprise!
Nice to see you back. Is Fable with you?
No. Should they be?
Well, they were looking for you.
They aren't a very good detective then.
I'm happy to see you're well, Melly. Everyone was so worried.
Why? I'm great at taking care of myself.
You are. But where have you been all this time?
Investigating things, obviously, like the flood. And my investigation led me to Morla. Or more like, they did. Nico, Void, and Hex. I followed them to Morla. They were talking about mysteries and puzzles, and I'm trying to solve a mystery, so I couldn't let the opportunity pass me by.
You're so lucky. People usually pay a lot of money to spend time with me.
Why?
But because I'm famous.
But I didn't go there because of you. I was following clues.
Okay.
I stayed outside. My case isn't about a wizard. Not this time.
Where's Hex anyway? You know, doing wizard stuff, whatever. Like arson.
Should we ask?
Like arson?
Like Orson?
Oh, that would have been fun, but instead he chose to study. He immediately wanted to check out the spells we found, though he seemed pretty disheartened.
How come?
I'm not sure. I guess he didn't find what he was looking for. Maybe because the world's greatest treasure was already traveling with him.
And what would that be?
Me! Oh, never mind. He told us to keep an eye out for any time magic, razzle-dazzle. And we found nothing.
At least you managed to get inside and return safely.
Yeah, the way there was easy peasy. We got there thanks to Nico pulling off a shape-shifting trick and pretending to be the merchant. Stole some guy's coat and face. It was brilliant, and used his reputation to secure us a boat ride all the way to Marilla. Said I wanted to meet with a real estate agent from the Majocracy to buy the island. Told them to pick us up in a week or so, by then we'd be well gone.
And what happened once you reached the island? I'm very intrigued.
Before we tell you anything, I would like a drink. Something that goes down like honey and that will make my poetry flow like a wild river.
Nothing easier than that. So this will be honey flowers and a lot of crown. Thousand Winds doesn't seem right. Sunny Breeze is the bards. No, that's UV. Sunny Breeze, bards and rangers, right?
I think so, yeah.
Or a spoken heart. No.
The walkthrough I have up doesn't actually specify, so let me see if I can find a better one.
I think a spoken heart seems about right. Enhanced charm, focus, and reflexes. That sounds about right. But he did say honey. Does he need a honey flower?
1 second.
My guess is a sunny breeze.
This does not specify. Which leads me to believe that because this is a drink not connected to a quest,
Okay, it doesn't
we're
matter.
basically weapons free.
Sunny breeze.
Get to meh.
There we go. One sunny breeze. Well, maybe not. Oops.
Let me see what I can look up.
Wait a minute. How come I can't? So 2 of those. Oh, we need an additive for a sunny breeze. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it needs 6. Okay, well, what was the other thing? We'll just do a spoken heart. That's easier. That's the wrong one. There we go. Thank you, Andu. Some honey for those vocal cords. Enjoy. Quigley, come back. Plop.
Show my butt to you.
He's plopped on top of the donut.
That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Can we get to the story now? I'm getting bored.
You got somewhere to be.
I do, actually. No way, I don't. I am getting bored, though. We get to Morelia, an island so small it's basically the tower's wild backyard. As I walked between the crystalline roses, I expected to see secret passageways behind every corner. I almost brought you back a rose. Why didn't you?
Why didn't you?
I thought you wouldn't like it.
I would have.
Oh, okay. That's, moving on. The tower itself reached so high I thought it might be reaching out to kiss the moon itself.
It was really tilted, and it was about a 5-degree angle. I measured it with my paws. And the bricks were still wet, and I'm pretty sure the tsunami shook its foundation.
Would think the waves would have done us a favour and knocked down the door, but we're not that lucky. That locked door was the first challenge. Nico's lockpicks broke. Seemed like a skill issue. Broke? Skill issue? Bruh. The door ate my lockpicks.
Ah, a door mimic. A classic first step to securing your establishment.
You talk like you've seen one before.
Have you ever tried to open my door when the inn's closed?
No.
If you do, don't use any lockpicks and mind your fingertips. So, how did you get inside?
By charming it. Hex forgot his spellbook and couldn't get the arcane lock unlock spell to work. And obviously it wouldn't let us in just like that, so I decided to play the mimic a tune. Yeah, that was amazing, bro. Your fancy tunes are the GOAT. I was nervous. I've never played in front of a mimic before, but I wasn't sure what their taste in music was. I decided to play something emotional, something that would melt its metaphorical heart. A song of woe. Who would have thought it would literally melt? Yeah. Anyway, I began playing the first tune and the lock started weeping before I reached the chorus. Tears were streaming down its face. And as if they were either very hot or made out of acid, the door melted away.
Drop him in
acid! Afterwards, the lock lay in a puddle of wood, sobbing, thanking me for my performance.
That's not a very sturdy lock.
It just sounds very in touch with its emotions.
I love that Melly is professionally offended. We stepped over the door's remains and were in the tower. It was so much taller and bigger on the inside. Oh, was it? Like a pocket dimension. Freaking cool. Except a tower can't really fit in your pocket. Bet. X walked ahead. Guy was really distracted. He didn't even listen to my poem about the symbiotic relationship betwixt axe and door. Now, for a really long time, we didn't encounter anything. I just did a long hallway. No doors, only a bunch of strange paintings.
Bunch of control rooms, swimming pool.
Yeah, wardrobe. Now, of course, most hallways can't go on forever, so eventually we reached a staircase. after what felt like 5.5 minutes. Eternity.
Meanwhile, I was outside investigating the flora and fauna. Everything was very peculiar, like it was all from another world. And the colors were different, very blue and almost spectral. And there were a lot of spider webs. Or yarn, I'm not sure which. Suddenly, the ground shook and almost knocked me off my feet.
Who could have guessed there were pressure plates on those stairs? I wasn't paying attention and was too careless. One wrong step and the pressure plates triggered an explosion. And clonk! The old staircase began crumbling down into a pit of nothingness. Bit by bit, starting from the bottom. Now I rushed upward to safety because I'm dead fast, away from the weird wizard abyss. I stumbled, and if it hadn't been for Hex, I would be mush. He grabbed my hand and pulled me up. But he isn't really the strongest, so we almost tumbled down together instead. I figured I couldn't just leave them to fall to their pathetic destiny. So I zoomed down to grab X by his collar and I pulled both him and Blah Blah back up.
Wah wah.
Thank you for saving us, Nico. No problem, Blah Blah. Just don't get used to it.
Didn't you expect a trap like that? After all, a great wizard would want to protect their treasure.
I guess we were a little distracted by all the gold hanging from the walls. The staircase ended in a wondrous library that spiraled endlessly higher around the internal walls of the tower. We lost Hex at the bottom, in the first row of books. A lot of them were drenched. Didn't seem like the tower was waterproof. There was still primordial water dripping from somewhere above. We couldn't make out the ceiling. Tried to reach it though. Second story of the spiral staircase library had 3 paths leading away. Each path ended in a door. All 3 doors were closed and marked with runes or paintings or rusty old locks. I got sucked into looking at the library's beautiful murals, each of them depicting a different story. One of them was a mosaic of mirrors. That one was my favourite. Watching X look at books was kind of like reading a thriller. Almost every second book was rigged with a trap, but he figured out the pattern quite quickly. Something, Fibonacci, I don't bloody know. Wasn't paying any attention. Now, once I was able to pry myself away from the murals, I started looking for spell things. I knew
Objet de magique. Spell things.
I knew Hex was most interested in those, and, I help when I can. I didn't. I mostly looked at all the small treasures lying around.
I'm trying to turn the heating back on. It's all of a sudden very cold in this office. No, it's not. Okay, fine.
The wizard had this dead cool staff with a chonker of a gemstone embedded at the top. Imagine the damage I could do with that. But I also found something else that was really cool. Here, take a look. I got it.
Ooh. It's a storm bottle.
It's dope, right?
What is this?
It's a weather jar. Duh. Shows what the weather's like in another realm.
I see. Let me guess. Avalon?
I knew you'd get it. I found some spell scrolls. One of them had golden runes on it, and Hex liked that one. He didn't love it. Whatever. Then, nestled between a few red velvet armchairs, I found a glass case. It had a golden frame and a scroll placed inside neatly in the middle. The scroll was floating and such. I knew Hex was looking for more spells, so obviously I called for him. And as soon as I mentioned an oddly floating scroll, he sprinted upwards, stared at the glass case. He already had another scroll tucked into his coat, and honestly, I was expecting him to be carrying half the library at that point. But I guess that would have been too heavy for him. Of course, the stupid glass case was also a bloody puzzle. Had no lock, no lid, no nothing. Just glass and gold. Scroll itself was glowing though, and it was, if I may say so, an extremely promising blue. Now, I suggested breaking the glass. And Hex gave me his finest death clap. So he investigated the puzzle himself. While they were doing boring side quests, I stuffed my pockets. Found a jeweled silver paperweight shaped like a bird. It'll make a blunt weapon. Hex was too scared we'd destroy the scroll by triggering another contraption. So he suggested we look around in the adjacent room.
Couch cushions!
The riddle doors. Hex only had to look at them for a mere second before figuring them out. Apparently all of those murals and runes were referencing a story hidden somewhere in the library. So he made us search for it. It was tricky. We didn't want to trigger the booby traps after all. It was like the library knew what would tempt us the most. I kept seeing books about forgotten songs, rare instruments, romantic poetry. And I saw books about burglary and fraud.
Of course you did.
Even had to tackle you to the ground one time so you wouldn't blow us all up. I regret nothing. Who can resist a good scheme? Come on now. I was kind of exciting, to be honest, seeing Hex hop up and down the stairs, looking for the right books. First password was password, and the second password was passwords past the password.
And the third one was passwords past the passwords password?
You wish, but no. It was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Easy to crack. Good job.
Thank you. The first room was an alchemy lab full of apparati that I have never seen before. Most of the liquids had gone dry, but Hex insisted on taking whatever was left with us anyways.
How much is he carrying?
Wouldn't let me taste any though. The nerd was more interested in the study hidden behind the second door. He was really determined to crack all of that old wizard's mysteries. We helped where we could, but listen, I only have like 3 brain cells, and one of them's normally thinking about chips. I can't do everything. The soundscape of the tower was honestly kind of depressing. Silence broken only by the dripping of water and the creaking of old wood. So I sweetened it with a song, which was very easy to get into the flow with that bomb music, boyo. Thank you. Hex didn't find a key to the glass case, but he at least found a blueprint showing how it was built. Maybe he can find out how to open it using that.
That'd be nice.
He was pretty beaten up about everything now. Yeah, couldn't find what he was looking for.
Not even in the third room?
No. That one was the gym. I did not know wizards worked out. Maybe it was just a distraction from the hidden vault.
A hidden vault? Anything good?
Oh yeah, brilliant, more than our arms could carry. A bunch of artifacts, most of them probably cursed, which makes them even cooler. But Inky, you don't even know the funniest part yet.
Enlighten me.
The whole time, the wizard had a spare key to the tower under the doormat. The oldest habit of all time, and we didn't even think about checking for it.
I did, but I wanted them to find it for themselves. When they left the tower, I was at the beach with Jade. She had arrived a while ago to pick us up, and I was teaching Onyx new tricks.
She helped deceive all the loot onto her boat. She was really helpful. We couldn't take everything with us, so we decided to head back there again another day.
There's only one thing that doesn't make sense in this equation, though.
That would be?
Iniko, Roy, and Hex traveled alone. Well, except for me, they're stowaway. Yet, I found a fresh set of boot prints by the coast before Jade ever arrived. Like there was a 5th person on the island. Maybe somebody was there just shortly before us.
We didn't even notice. Just like we didn't notice Melina.
I'm sorry for staying hidden so long.
Don't apologize. I think it just proves your skills. As a detective, we have a lot to learn from you.
What sorry? I can't wait to share it with Archie.
I'll be on my way now. I have to check up on Hex, make sure he didn't accidentally take a book mimic home. You coming with, Nico? Sure thing, big guy. So long, Innkeep. Keep your powder dry. Not like I give a shit. Goodbye, Innkeeper. Don't miss me too much.
I'll try not to.
Now it's just you and me, Innkeeper.
Indeed. I'm glad you're back.
You're making it sound like I was lost or kidnapped. I was just investigating.
Without telling anyone.
I don't need to tell anyone where I'm going.
People care about you, Melly. They get worried if they don't know where you are.
Oh. Oh. I'm not used to that. But I care about people too, like you.
That's good to hear.
Oh, Melly, I'm so glad she's okay. And now we pass a lot of time. Yay! Finally!
Melly! Hi, Dave. Oh, that name is so outdated. You're back.
I am. Did you miss me?
Did I was very worried.
Okay.
What?
You called me Melly.
What about it?
You've never done that before.
I'm sure I have.
You even said you'd never call me Melly.
I'm just glad you're back.
Welcome back to my tavern, Dave.
That's a cute name.
Yeah, I got it on my latest quest.
Dave, you made a good choice. I also went on a quest. Well, at first I wanted to see the moon swamps. You know, the mysterious magical swamp that is said to be magically hidden and only appears in foggy but starry nights. I'd heard there's somewhere in the moon swamp near the portal to the Twilight Chasm.
And did you find anything?
No. I did find some weird way markers made of bones that seemed to lead somewhere, but they had do not touch written on them, and the paint even looked fresh, so it looked like the perfect clue. But then suddenly, there were just gallons of water everywhere, and luckily I got away super quick, and since I was already there, as Phaedria's best detective, it was my duty to discover the flood's origins. Well, at first I was more of a stowaway than a detective, and also I couldn't figure out what...
Don't storm off like that ever again, you understand? I was so worried that no one knew anything about your whereabouts.
Now.
What? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. It's just... I haven't cared about anyone in so long. And with you and Fable both suddenly gone, I didn't know what to do.
I thought you didn't care. After you went away, even though I asked you to be more careful...
Oops, wrong thing.
I thought maybe you didn't want to be my trusty assistant after all. So I went to investigate alone.
I'm sorry for leaving.
It's all right. I'm used to people leaving and not coming back.
I do care, Melly. I'm very new to this whole honesty thing. Kind of new to this whole empathy thing.
Yeah, I figured.
If you'd like, I could fix you a drink to help you find words again.
I don't know if I'm up for trading another secret in exchange.
It's on me today. You've got enough to worry about. So let me see what I can make you.
No. These two crazy kids.
All right, we need more thinky stuff. I mean, it's Dave, so I'm making a sunny breeze, right? I don't know. Spoken Heart is their drink of choice. Come here, work on the emotions. Here you go. A little bit of liquid emotional courage. Here we go. Enjoy your magical liquid eloquence.
That doesn't taste half bad. This might actually help. So, your quest. Jade said you were stranded on Marilia.
Yep. And I followed 3 very suspicious looking fellows and somehow ended up on that very island. I always run into wizards and magics when I'm out on adventures. And traps. Magical traps were everywhere.
Well, that sounds very dangerous.
A detective's always seeking thrills. I'll be sure to be careful, though. I promise.
It's not about that. I know you know how to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't have solved the T-Rex case. But don't keep putting your own life at risk in exchange for a quick adventure. Luckily, nothing major happened this time. This all could have ended so differently.
I know.
All I'm saying is, don't disappear again. Please. You're not alone anymore.
Oh.
You don't have to do everything all by yourself.
Like you're one to talk.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
This is the decision we're saving for. Hold on. But Dave's already turned a corner and Melly hasn't.
I feel like we're back in Dave on this one.
Yeah. To be fair, Dave's got a point. Even though they're guilty themselves. Both of you are here. But you two have also made a lot of progress already. And I'm glad both of you made it back safely.
You heard anything from Fable yet?
No, not yet.
What about Carolyn?
She came back after the flood. Currently, she's investigating some undead sightings in the Pale Woods.
Ooh. Do you know when she'll be back?
No, but the two of you can wait here for her if you want.
Yes, please. I want to stay until Carolyn gets back.
All right, I'll keep you company.
How about I spice up your wait with another drink?
I'll pass.
Oh, but I would like one, please.
Of course. Do you want anything specific?
That whole adventure was pretty exhausting. Maybe to combat my mental tiredness?
Nothing easier than that.
Combat my mental...
Kind of feel like we shouldn't give the kitten cursed coffee.
You sure?
No.
No, it's only 2 and I need 3. A silent owl. A peak sunrise. Is it peak sunrise 3? Yeah. Silent owl, peak sunrise. No, let's give her a sparkling nebula. That's one of the easiest drinks. Yeah, let's do a sparkling nebula. Because it makes Andy sparkle too, which I really like. I'm gonna hit a snooze on the ad break here.
Don't feel like we're doing shenanigans this week.
No, I think we're gonna wrap up this conversation, and that might be that. Ooh, pretty. Let's see if this will wake you up again.
Oh, thank you. This is delicious. I can feel my synapses connecting. You know, now that I've had some time to think about it, I think I figured out why Hex was so bummed about the loot.
Care to share your insight?
But of course. He has a younger sister, right? Which always struck me as odd because she looks so much older than him. So what if she just ages faster than he does? And he expected to find some very special loot in that wizard tower, but he didn't find it. So what if he was looking for something to extend her life? Like a scroll of immortality.
What a foolish idea.
Hey!
Oh, not you, Hex. Even if it's tempting, those are powers no one should interfere with.
I agree. What if he turns into a zombie? I've had enough of those.
Definitely.
We should tell him when we see him again. Or maybe we should tell Carolyn when she returns. She seems to be experienced in dealing with the undead. You think it'll be a long time before she gets back?
I don't know. It could be very soon, but it could also take a few more days. You've had a long day. Aren't you tired, Melly?
No! I'm not tired. I'm not tired at all.
Let's wait for a little bit longer. Maybe she'll show up, and Fable with her.
That sounds good.
I'm surprised she's not asleep on the counter.
Did she fall asleep? Yeah. Maybe I should bring her home and wrap this up for tonight.
That's a good idea. And you should get some rest as well. I'll let you know if I hear anything about Carolyn or Fable.
Alright. There's not much else for me to do anyway.
Except care for Melly. She needs you.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Good night, Dave.
You know... forget it. See ya.
Going to the book. I'm gonna go to the book and look at the people and trees. Jade, Orchard, Care. Dave, here we go. Dave is a difficult character to say the least, but they're so caught up in their own fantasies of an edgy rogue that they seem to be stuck talking or brooding like that one too. He likes all things dangerous and mysterious, or at least pretends he does. But even a grumpy, lonesome person like him can't resist a certain stray cat's charm. Even though the rules of the Shadowbane's Thieves Guild and Murderous Oaths were all he knew for a long time, maybe they'll consider an alternative career in the future. Detective's assistant, for example. I'm trying to see Grace, Foy, Clay, Una, Bea, Melly. Here's Melly. As is fitting for a young detective, she's always eager to learn and experience new things, though her youth leads her to attach to people around her rather quickly. On a different note, her favorite drink is hot chocolate. Looks like I have to find another recipe to my list. Melly's already a source of inspiration for a certain writer, maybe because she seems so independent, though her latest adventure has taught her that she can't do everything alone. It's good to see that she allows herself to be a child again after everything, and I couldn't be more proud. Aww. And I think this is where we're going to end it for the night. Perfect! Grumpy Sunshine! Grumpy Sunshine is reunited! Yay! We'll use our very last snooze so we don't have to run one more ad break. And I'll just save for a moment here. It's a nice sunny day.
Disasters,
Tea, and Revelations. Oh yeah, that sounds great.
I feel like we're getting kind of endgamey, don't you?
I think this may be the end of Act 3. Yeah, this may be the end of Act 3. All right. Perfect. And we can pick it up there next time.